Today's video is going to be a bit, not of a serious one, but like story time, kind of chilled out one. So, I live with something called hypersensitive low blood sugar instability. That basically means my blood sugar kind of goes like that, like really drastically. There's some kind of repercussions to living with it. I'm going to explain some and kind of see if anyone out there can relate to it and say I've got the same thing, because the amount of people that I've met who just go like, oh yeah, cool, like, cool. And I've never actually met someone that's got the exact same thing, like this really similar stuff. Like diabetes is really similar, it's totally off the mark as well. With diabetes, like, to do with insulin, whereas mine isn't. Mine's to do with my pancreas. Good old pancreas. So I could eat in the morning, have a full meal, like a full breakfast, proper English breakfast, and then be hungry like half an hour later, like starving hungry, like half an hour later. And it's basically like my stomach digests the food, but then my pancreas realises like there's no food in my stomach, so essentially I have to just eat loads of meals a day, or it can swing the complete opposite way and I'll have like nothing to eat for like 3 weeks. It's really bad. It's a struggle, I'm not gonna lie, to maintain it, especially in situations where, like, if I'm going out or I'm going to someone else's house. Like, I've had so many incidents where I've gone to someone else's house and really struggled because I don't want to keep saying, oh, I need to eat food, I need to eat food, like I'm really hungry. I have done that before and I've pretty much rinsed through all my friends' foods, but that's a different story. Kitty? Oh, she's a wet. It's raining outside at the moment, so back to her story. So some of the worst symptoms, I think, the more severe symptoms that I can get from it is, like, if I don't eat anything, I can fall into a coma, which is a bit of a mad one. And also if I have too much sugar, I can faint because it's like an overload of the system. Pretty severe things, really, that happen. I've only experienced fainting, thank God. I say that like it's a bad thing. I've only experienced fainting a few times from like too much sugar, as opposed to not enough. Because not enough is kind of, coma's a bit more fucking serious than a fainting, I think. Crazy. And like, if I ever feel, do you know when you like, shush, you know when you're so hungry to the point where you feel sick, like you feel, like, I have that, but normal. You guys could probably be hungry for like 3 hours and feel like, oh, I'm hungry, oh, I'm hungry. Whereas it's me, if I'm hungry for like 10 minutes, I will instantly go to like vomiting, throwing up like bile and stuff, and it's really gross. So I have to like watch out for my like blood sugar levels and basically the food I eat. And it took 4 years to get like, not diagnosed with it, because it's not necessarily an actual name. I had to have like 3 doctors to tell me different things. Like, some were like, oh, you're fine, or you're just being a teenager. Others were like, oh yeah, it sounds like you're serious, but then they don't really care. Like, but thank God I found this one who was just like, yeah, it's this, mate, like, it's this, mate. And thank God he showed me the light, showed me the way. It's been a bit more straightforward from then, but it's just still, I mean, stuff like, I mean, I was getting a tattoo and I fainted because I had so much. Ironically, the first time I had a tattoo, not the first ever time, the first time I fainted, I hadn't had enough sugar in me, so I passed out from lack of sugar. Next time, like 3 tattoos down the line, I was like, right, this is a big one, this is like a 7-hour sit-in, like, like I was getting myself ready for it. I like downed an energy drink like, really quickly, and I just passed out twice, literally on the floor, and she was like, oh my God, what do I do? Good time. I didn't get it in the end, which I was really pissed off about because I really wanted it. It was free, so saving that dollar. It's frustrating, and I really hope someone out there is like the same, because the worst I ever get it is if, I mean, I've quit so many jobs because of this condition. It's frustrating because I'm just trying to make a good life for myself, you know, a good pee in. I can't get that good pee in because I keep peeing in the back room and not on the shop floor. Really irritating. I've literally quit really good jobs before because my stomach and my head and everything just can't cooperate with it. It's not like it's too much work and like too much to do. It's more, get hungry, you know. I just get really hungry. I could literally eat like a whole ass meal and still be like, Mama needs some more food. Worst I ever experienced it, I think, in a job was I was on the shop floor shaking because I literally had that much, like I had like no sugar in my system, shaking to a customer, and I just ran away. I just ran to the back and I just vomited everywhere. Drinking juice, but the problem with juice, it's got so much artificial sugar in it. I was just essentially just drinking sugar, and obviously if I have too much sugar in my system and just sugar like pure sugar only, backlash at me, which it definitely did. My boss was not happy about that. But I think as well, in a job scenario and in a job environment, it's really hard to kind of put your point across because I don't look ill. Where a lot of it like comes from is I don't look ill, I don't seem ill, I don't act ill, and it's like, yeah, because I'm not all the time. The illness is always with me. It only spikes up if I don't look after it properly. Structure is really, really good for me, my body, because I need a body clock to like work on, so my body gets used to eating at certain times and stuff like that. Jobs where they're like, oh no, like, you know, you'll have your break at 3 o'clock one day and then 12 o'clock the other day and then 5 p.m. the other day. It's like, I can't do that. That's really strenuous. I literally, my body will just be like, I'm a head out. It's like not a good idea. A lot of the frustration trying to put that across to jobs, it's almost like a special treatment, but my health comes first every time. Like, I walked out on jobs because they won't listen to me and they won't understand what I'm trying to say. I kept saying to them, it's better in the long run if you give me this space that I need to eat. I will perform better for you in the actual store or whatever I'm working at. Do you know what I mean? It's so much easier to kind of do it like that as opposed to them just arguing with me, which they do. Some places are impeccable for doing it, like best place I've ever had, North Face Birmingham, Bullring. You guys helped me through so much stuff. Everyone there just helped me through so much stuff. The company himself are really great as well, really great. It took me so long to actually get help with this because I thought so many people were just like not taking it seriously and not like caring really. I mean, I said to so many people, I think I'm ill, like I think there's something actually like up. Like, nah, you know, you're just hungry, you're just tired, blah blah blah. Like, yeah, maybe you're right, do you know what I mean? But I knew deep down like something was up. And I really struggled as a kid, like I really struggled just growing up, because not only the symptoms that I get are quite bad, but symptoms like shaking, nausea, headaches, dizziness, fainting, being really pale as well is one, I think. I really don't know what I was going to say now. Anyone else has ever felt or even heard or even thought like, that sounds like something I have or my friend has or whatever, just tell me. I want to know I'm not the only person like struggling with this, and if you've got any tips or advice or anything like that, that'd be so good. My tips for you, if you're listening and you think that's actually me, keep regulating yourself. That might be difficult because of certain circumstances. Eating, having like an eating pattern and having foods that you know you can digest really well are really good. Foods, for me personally, do not agree with me. Every time I go on holiday, I'm not like a chicken nuggets and chips. No. I love my a bit more out there foods, but proper foreign, where I go like abroad and have their like traditional home cooked stuff, like that can be bad, real bad for me sometimes. So that, for me personally, I avoid that. You might also experience that yourself, but that's something that you will either experience or won't. Another one I'd say as well is avoid sugars that are really artificial. Like apples are really great because they're natural sugars. Although they're very sugary, they're natural, so my body can digest it a bit easier and break it down a bit easier and kind of take the sugars and get rid of the bad stuff straight away, like the good sugars I need. Stuff like a packet of sweets is obviously just pure, or like just pure rubbish, which just destroys me straight away. But that doesn't stop me eating them. Self-inflicted pain, yeah. It doesn't stop me eating them or anything like that. It's just sometimes I need to like condense my servings a lot. And I think a lot of it came from, to be totally honest with you, I used to eat so much sugar as a kid. Like, so much sugar as a kid. It used to be so bad. It's kind of like, it's similar to diabetes, but not at all. Does that make sense? I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a bit of a random one. It's the first time I've ever spoken about it to the public, about kind of what I have. But I really, really wanted to just see if anyone else experiences this, because it took so many people to kind of diagnose it and actually say, yeah, it's this. And I just thought, I wonder if any other people actually have it and experience these kind of symptoms as well. Tell me if you do. I will link my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter below. Let me know if you enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz. Sound.